Well. Okay, it's finally time. You all have asked me to listen to this Paloma song, Labor, for a while now. Like it's been a while, and I think it's finally time that I get on it. I think it's finally time that I listen to it. I read you guys' comments a lot, you know, whether it's on the Morgan St. John, the Lydia the Bar, the Sophia Zella. I really appreciate you all sharing your stories with me. I really do. I appreciate you all giving grace in the comments. I appreciate the majority of you understanding where I'm coming from and understanding my positions on certain things. And I really appreciate you all aren't doing this gender war victim Olympics, my oppression is more than your oppression thing that I normally see like TikTok and Threads and Twitter. Like I just appreciate that at least in the grand scheme of the bigger issue in my comment section, we're keeping it what it's about. And that's wanting better for our fellow human. That's all I ever want when I have this platform. I don't want anyone to look at me, and I don't want to look at anyone and think ill. That's not what I am breathing and filling my lungs with every day to do, or have that be your experience. So whatever I can do to help, however loud that I can scream and be and rant and be angry on your behalf, woman or man, I'm here for that. That is what I'm here to do. Use me as a vessel. All right, but we are going to do Paloma, Labor. I have a slight suspicion what this song is going to be about, but too many of you recommended it. Way too many of you. So I must need to do it. It has to be a priority. Let's get it. I'm gonna be honest now. Y'all know me.
Why are you hanging on so tight to the rope that I'm hanging from? Off this island, this was an escape plan. Carefully timed it, so let me go and dive into the waves below. Who turns the oars? Who fixes up the cables? Emotional torture from the heady high table. Who fetches the water from the Rocky Mountain spring and walk back down again to feel your words and their sharp sting? And I'm getting fucking tired. The capillaries in my eyes are bursting. If all love died, would that be the worst thing? For somebody I thought was my savior, sure make me do a whole lot of labor. The callous skin on my hands is cracking. If our love ends, would that be a bad thing? And the silence haunts our bed chamber. You make me do too much labor.
That's fire. Hey, you know, I want one thing to be clear, because I bet that's already been misunderstood. If I look at how men reacted to this song, or even how certain conservatives maybe responded to this song, if the women in your life, or if women who are even on my comments, you had a man listen to the song and the response was negative, I'm very curious right away, what did they think about that line where she goes, for someone I thought was my savior, you sure made me do a whole bunch of labor. Like, I think people miss the initial point. Like, it's the whole man versus bear argument. You know how I feel about that argument, that it got perverse and it became a pretty stupid argument. The concept was always sound. No woman wants to wake up, walk down the street and fear men. Fear, not something that a woman wants. And when she goes, this man would be her savior, the initial concept was, I thought this man would be the love of my life. I chose a man to be with and I wanted to be happy. The woman wanted you. You were desired. You were her hero. You were her protector. You were her provider. You were her everything, just like she is supposed to be for you. You were the North Star and you fucked that up somehow. But rather than being angry at you fucking it up, you're angry at her for being angry that you fucked it up. We are so good at not seeing the bigger picture. You shouldn't focus so much on her emotional state, but rather your lack of accountability at not causing that emotional state. Maybe it's ego. I don't know. Like, that's a whole other conversation. That was interesting. I just thought it was interesting. Plus, I love that hook. Too much labor.
Apologies for my tongue.
Don't ever apologize.
And stabbing with your fork. I know you're a smart man. And weaponized the false incompetence. It's dominance under a guy. If we had a daughter, I'd watch and could not save her. The emotional torture from the head of your high
this hook.
Callous skin on my hands is cracking. If our love ends, would that be a bad thing? And the silence once I bet chamber. You make me do too much labor. All day, every day, therapist, mother.
Oh, I can already tell it's probably about to get hot in this bridge. The interesting thing about weaponized incompetence is I miss how people used that term years ago. I hate what that term has become because I feel like people have perversed the phrase weaponized incompetence, meaning you're better at doing this thing than I am. I can give you an example of what people today would describe as weaponized incompetence in my relationship or every relationship I've ever had. I think that that's kind of fucked up to label somebody who is not good at loading the dishwasher or putting things back in the fridge as weaponized incompetence when one, I probably made comments that they don't do it the way that I want. So I'm just going to take this over. And two, she probably does something better than I can do. I just don't feel like fucking doing it. And not feeling like doing something is not the definition to me of weaponized incompetence. I think that the way that people used to describe weaponized incompetence was actual fact. I am going to purposefully, willfully, rudely do something wrong just for the response of you doing it on my behalf. I am going to pretend that I am not good at doing a thing so that you do that thing for me. Whether that's doing something physical, whether that's the way you talk, whether that's the way that, whatever the case may be, whatever the example is, I'm going to not do something or not do something well. I know how to do well just so I don't have to do it and you do. To me, that is weaponized incompetence. But I think so many people today perverse weaponized incompetence as he puts the dishes away and he puts the plate on the bottom rather than the top. Like y'all, some people kill me with the way that they'll take phrases and dismiss real experiences as a minor inconvenience. Like your minor inconvenience or your slight discomfort does not weaponize incompetence, mate. So this is for all of my people out there, women and men, who are actually going through weaponized incompetence in your day to day and you need to get the fuck out. I am so sorry that so many people have weaponized incompetence because it's fucking annoying. Because now for somebody who's actually going through weaponized incompetence, you are now having to wade through the nonsense of going, wait, that's it? That's all she's doing? Wait, that's all he's doing? Like it just gets old. And I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about, where you'll see a guy, a man, a woman do something, and then you're like, that's not that big of a deal. Just say what you want done and have them do it. And if they're not, then that's a different conversation. But I just don't like where weaponized incompetence has gone as a whole. I do like in her example, one, it's interesting how she sat at this table and she hasn't even taken a bite of food because either she has to wait for the man to finish eating or it's not her turn. Isn't there a culture somewhere in the world, I forget, where you're not even allowed to start eating until the man starts eating? Like, are we still doing that shit in 2026, bro? Because that's crazy. We're going to talk about the entire concept of the song later because I'm loving the entire attitude of the labor that she and a lot of even my female friends I know have had to pick up in their relationships because the dudes are just a fucking fuckhead, bro. But we'll get to that in a minute.
And the silence once I
just had to get that out.
You make me do too much labor. All day, every day, therapist, mother made nymph, then a virgin, nurse, then a servant. Just an appendage, live to attend him so that he never lifts a finger. 24/7 baby machine, so he can live out his picket fence dreams. It's not an act of love if you make her. You make
Facts.
Too much labor.
Facts.
All day, every day, therapist, mother maid, nymph, then a virgin, nurse, then a servant, just an appendage, live to attend him so that he never lifts a finger. 24/7 baby machine, so he can live out his picket fence dreams. It's not an act of love if you make her. You make me do too much labor. Wrinkle days in your eyes, a birthday, if I love her,
Hey, I like that. Hey, that's cool that she picked a pomegranate. There's a spiritual and religious undertone to her picking that pomegranate and then wiping it all over her mouth like that and have it. Yeah, that's clever. And I really like that line. Y'all tell me in the comments if this line is underrated, that nip then a virgin line. That line is interesting because it's like, how do I want to word this? You're expecting this woman, and let's be honest, a lot of older dudes out here dating and preying on younger women, fucking weirdos, bro. But you want these girls, you want these young women to be freaking the sheets and virgins in the streets, bro. Like it's the whole body count conversation that we talked about in a different video. That one, it ain't none of your fucking business, but two, what is that expectation that we put on women, bro? Like what is that we look at them and we're like, what's your body count? How freaky are you? But wait, I still need you to be a saint. I want you to be really nasty when it comes to the bedroom pleasures, but hold on, I need to make sure that you not just out here giving it up for everybody. What do you mean you don't know what you're doing? Like, I just don't understand. Even worse, beyond this expectation, this attitude and this almost sexual ethical obligation we put on women. Like, I don't know what that is. I really don't. I just like that nymph and a virgin line. But what I really like is that bridge where she goes, all day mother therapist. Wait, hold on. I gotta go back to that. Hold on. Yeah, all day, everyday therapist, mother, maid, nymph and virgin, nurse then servant, just an appendage, live to attend him so that he never lifts a finger. That whole part right there might be my favorite part of the song. You know, I've sat on this platform and I've said black people and women, you would think that they would be more allyship there. You would think that, you know, and I love having this conversation with my white female friends. Like, I like having this conversation because to me, it's all about bridging a gap. I don't want two separate islands to exist. Humans are created on the founding spiritual thought that we're meant to do this life together. I firmly believe that. We are meant, all of us, no matter what we look like, no matter how we act, no matter what your experience in past has been, we are meant to do this thing on earth together for the betterment of one another. I'm sitting here listening to the song and I'm hearing her talk about the emotional labor and the emotional toil that she's had to have in her relationships and with her partners. I mean this with every fiber of my being. I fucking get it. I understand it. I have always been the therapist with my friends that I'll just take it in stride and I'll just sit here and I'll just let you get it all out. And then I leave. I walk away because I don't lift a hand. I don't raise my voice. I take all that you have to give to me and I go upstairs. I walk out of the house. That's how I've always been. I've become more conflict avoided, we'll say, in my real life. And some people would call that a red flag. Some people would call that that's a conversation. It's real life. I'm human. But I become more avoidant to conflict in these situations because in my past, I am so used to absorbing that labor. I am so used to being the, well, let me manage this for you, to being the, well, let me take that on. And it's interesting because I am not a people pleaser by any means. And I think some people think emotional labor means people pleasing, and it's not. My own experience, and I can't obviously speak on behalf of women. I obviously cannot speak on behalf of women. But in my experience, I did those things not to please my partner. I did those things to bring peace to myself. I did those things to appease the dynamic. I'm not doing this because I want you to feel better. I'm doing this so that there's no world where I don't feel better. This is why journaling is so important, y'all. I only learned this when I started journaling and really started having conversations with my brain. And it was really interesting to see what I would put down on paper based on what I was feeling and just stream of consciousness. Journal, y'all. I definitely recommend journaling. When I listen to Morgan St. John, Not All Men, to me, that is still the North Star feminist song on my channel. That is my favorite song I've heard on this channel in terms of female experience, in terms of what women are thinking, in terms of what women want, and in terms of what women go through. I didn't experience feminine rage in that song. What I felt as a man was exhaustion, was sadness, was empathy, was community for women. The thing that I liked about Not All Men, the thing that I liked about Feed Us Your Girls, what I liked about The Doll People is those songs weren't predicated on hating men. Those songs weren't made from the standpoint of being men-centric. This song is exactly the same way to me. This song is not a cry for, hey men, we hate you, leave us alone. This song is, to me, men, why do you continue disappointing us? Every time we pick you, you let us down. Every time we give you an inch, you take 30 fucking miles. Every time we think you're a good one, you find some way to go back in time and fuck this up. You find some way to go back to 1677 and show us who you really are. Why do you always have to make The Handmaid's Tale real? Why do you do this? Please stop. It's the patriarchy. It's the guy. It's that thing between your legs. We're not talking about that, and we don't have time for that immature take. We're talking about mature, grown shit where you know damn well what it means to be a man, and you still show up every day in your relationship with your partner and do the wrong fucking thing with no thought or tact to fix it at all. There is no world where I would want to interact with white people where if every time I open my fucking mouth, which happens every fucking day, it's why I think I relate to women so damn much. There is no world to where if every time I said something or every time I gave my fucking opinion, here comes a white person telling me that's not your truth, that's not your existence. What do you mean? I'm not evil. I'm one of the good white people. I would never do that. that to my black people. It doesn't matter that you wouldn't. The majority of people in the past that have looked like you would do that thing. You have to give women grace in the same way that I always ask white people to give me grace, give black people grace. And without your grace, what the fuck do you want us to do? If white people decided to not give black people grace, then black people are going to turn that into rage. Sounds familiar, right? I don't know why any man would listen to the song and be mad. That's shitty. If you heard this song and you were mad and you were angry about it, let me tell you, you need to look in the mirror, because you angry at the same person she angry at, your damn self. If anything, a man should listen to the song and be inspired to be the fucking change that she's literally begging you to be. I promise you, you proving her right won't stop these songs from happening, but you proving her wrong definitely will open perspective and open minds. It'll literally give you and her what they want. Fucking equity, equality, happiness, positivity, warmth, love, kindness, empathy, sympathy. Like, I don't know why this is complicated. I don't know why this is complicated. So I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna continue doing the work as I always do. All the work isn't just on men. All the work isn't on the bottom of men that we're kicking around. This shit, as I will always say, starts top bottom. But that doesn't give you the right to dismiss the women who are here with us too and dismiss their stories. It does not give you the right, just because you feel like you have no singular responsibility to the patriarchy, to whatever this life is, whatever words you want to use, that does not give you the right to dismiss the stories and the truth of the women who are down here with us. That's fucked, and you are part of the problem. I appreciate the men out here doing the work to prevent women from experiencing that emotional labor. And I want to also say thank you to the women who give me the grace to have this platform, who listen to what I have to say, knowing damn well you don't have to if you didn't want to, and for allowing me into your safe space and to allow me to build a safe space. A lot of y'all I really appreciate will hit me up and message me on Instagram, Patreon, and the YouTube comments going, hey man, thank you, bro. Like just thank you. We appreciate it. Finally, a guy, somebody who doesn't look like me getting it. So I just wanted to thank y'all. You're very welcome, but I thank you for giving me this space and giving me this platform and giving me the most important thing, and that's gracing your time. So I appreciate it. Let me know if I missed this. Hopefully I didn't. I think I got it. I think I'll pick it up on it. I really liked this song. I really liked her calm, strong, feminine, blunt, clever demeanor, speaking to her own emotional labor and then finding her freedom out of it, because I know there's a lot of women who also want that freedom, and I know for damn sure you're gonna get it. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Let me know. Let's have this conversation. I love seeing y'all talk to one another. It helps me out. It gets me out there with the algorithm, and we all know what we say to the algorithm. So let's help the video and get this out there so I can keep talking to y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff when you're down there while you're talking. Appreciate you. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.
We're just living on the TikTok. Sad boys not knowing when the hit stop. Sad girls just scramble that their lips pop. These fields make waves like I skip rock. Everybody with their finger on the tick box. Every second is a minute when your lip lock. Take breaths when you finish, just a pit stop. Watch time move slow like a wristwatch. We're all trapped to the information. The matrix foretold the simulation that we the nation would love to press on the likes and loves, but no conversation.
Make me do a whole lot of labor. By the way, she's right. It ain't love if you make her. It ain't love if you make her.